Am I serious? Is that the question? I was very serious with my contract. Like I said, I fulfilled every single obligation that was mine. I attended every event. I did whatever was asked of me. Their contract is extremely exploitative. It only benefits them. I was asked to sign the contract immediately after winning. And of course, who isn't going to sign when you've won for your country for the very first time? It's such an honor that you'll sign whatever they put in front of you. I did sign it, and I did everything that was asked for me. They asked me to stay in Thailand until December. I stayed. They asked me to come back for 1 month. I came back. I attended all my events. I did whatever was asked of me, but they did not hold up their end of the agreement, which is in terms of providing me safety, in terms of providing me a safe environment, in terms of taking care of basic needs, and in terms of even just when it comes to giving me payments on time. I was living there in a house with absolutely no food provided to me. Nobody would message me for days at a time, no messages from them. And I'm all by myself. I don't hear anything from them at all. This is not what was in our contract at all. So these are the reasons why I chose to step down, because no girl should have to live under these conditions. No one should have to listen to the abuse, listen to the derogatory comments made by the organization, constantly attacking me, my body, my country, now my family. It's never ending with them. So I chose to step down. They're spreading lies about me to try and save their reputation, making fake screenshots, posting lies about my age, my date of birth, anything to try and ruin my reputation. But I will say clearly one time, I fulfilled every single obligation that was made of me. I never complained to them. I never asked them for something extraordinary. I never asked for luxury. I just asked for basic respect and basic treatment that you would give to a human who is working for you.
So you mentioned about sexual harassment. When did that happen, and did you not complain about it?
So the organizers have a very long history of sexually harassing women in front of the whole world in terms of the kind of comments they make, the derogatory remarks. It started I guess when their pageant started. There's a history back in 2015 with Miss Iceland, in 2022 with Miss Vietnam. And you can imagine, when working with such an organization, two things are relevant. Is that number one, I had a front row seat to all these statements. When we were judging the Miss Grand Thailand shows, or any shows really, I have a front row seat to hear all of the disgusting, defamatory, derogatory remarks they make about women, about their bodies, about just the most irrelevant things. It used to make me feel ashamed that I'm sitting next to these people. And it started with me pretty early on, of course. I understand that when you're in such a position, you need to maintain your physique, you need to maintain a certain thing. That's in the contract, right? I'm not allowed to go above a certain weight or below a certain weight. But there is a way to handle that as well. They used to send their representatives to come to me to pinch different parts of my body. You need to lose weight here, you need to lose weight there. This is looking a little bit fat, you're not looking good here, you need to change your body shape. They routinely encourage and actually in some cases even mandate plastic surgery for certain girls. I was never one to feel pressured by any of that, but you want to feel like your organization is giving you a safe space. You have to feel like even if I gain weight or if my body changes, my organization supports me, and I've won because of my thoughts, my intellect, who I am as a person. But that was not true at all. And you can see, after telling the world that sexually harassed comments were made against me, after telling the world, what was their response? They post on their story, Nawat posts on his story, to sexually harass me further, zooming in on parts of my body to show the world and to spread his lies against whatever campaign he's decided the story he's decided to tell the world. So, it's so clear right here. I said that this is how they treat girls, and he just does it in front of the whole world. And now entire members of their organization are making videos about my body, my behavior, such targeted videos posting about my family as well, about their faces, their bodies, you know. And this is not how any woman deserves to be treated. It could have very easily been a very clean resignation. It could have been, thank you so much for your time, I don't want to work here anymore because of these reasons. And they could have let it go. But within 24 hours, they showed their true colors and they started treating me publicly the way they treated me privately.
So do you lodge a complaint on this with the Women Commission or the police?
Honestly, right now it is incredibly complicated because there is so much attention on me at the moment, and it's not easy at all because there's people who support you and then there's people who aren't. I truly do believe this is an issue of women's rights. This is a worldwide issue because there are women from all countries applying to this organization. And I do feel that there is a need for justice over here. I don't want to see them have the right to treat another woman like this in the future. And we're discussing what possible next steps we can take. But since we are in different countries, it makes the legal system, the legal approach very complicated. But I definitely chose to speak up for this reason because I want women to know the truth about what happens when they join this organization.
Ma'am, क्या आपको लगता है कि मैनिपुलेशन हुई है, हरासमेंट हुई है, क्या आपने कोई लीगल एक्शन लिया है, महिला आयोग में को कंप्लेंट दायर की है?
That's the question I just answered right now. We are going to discuss the possibility in the future, but it's very complicated because of differences in the legal systems of India and Thailand, right? It's not easy. I don't feel safe in Thailand. If I travel there, I don't know if my safety is guaranteed because they have launched a smear campaign against me to ruin my reputation, and I frankly don't feel safe visiting the country right now. But I definitely think that legal action should be taken against them. So many women have been victims in ways that they don't even recognize, and I understand this might not be everyone's experience, but this was mine, and I've seen it happen to other women, and no one deserves to go through this.
और जो लड़कियां इस फील्ड में जाना चाहती हैं, मॉडलिंग हो चाहे एक्ट्रेस बन रही हैं, तो उनके साथ अगर हरासमेंट होता है तो आप उनको क्या खास मैसेज देना चाहते हैं?
I want to say that me sitting here today is the biggest example. If you feel exploited, harassed, or uncomfortable, you stand up and you speak for yourself. I gave up my crown after 3 or 4 years of working hard. I gave up my crown with the whole world watching me. I gave up my crown while an organization that has stood for over a dozen years targeted me to ruin my reputation. If I can do that, you have the strength to stand up for yourself as well. Do not accept disrespect or ill treatment or harassment from someone who doesn't see your value.
रेचल, एक चीज पूछना चाहती हैं, कल जो क्राउन सेरेमनी है, तो क्राउन सेरेमनी के फिलीपींस की जो क्रिश्चियन ऑफिसर है, उसे ये क्राउन दिया जाएगा, इसे लेकर क्या कहना चाहिए?
I'm sure she must be feeling a lot of things right now. She must be feeling happy to be the new queen. She must be feeling confused, a little bit nervous and scared. Honestly, I'm praying for her. My heart is with her. I hope to God that she does not experience the same thing I did. But the truth is that this is the organization that she's choosing to work with. And I have a lot of respect for her. She comes from a beautiful country. And I'm truly praying that she has a good experience with the organization. I want her to, my message to her is to please protect yourself. And please know that when they show their true colors, which they will, I will be there for you. And please be safe and protect yourself, and do not let anyone make you feel uncomfortable or targeted. I really think that the organization might try extra hard to give her a good reign now because of all the negative press they've gotten. So I think they might try to prove that they're doing a good job with her, and they might, give her an extra special reign and be more attentive, and I really hope that that's the case.
क्या आपको लगता है कि जैसे आपने कहा आप सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट हुए, मेंटली हरासमेंट हुए, तो लग रहा है कि जो वो लड़की को क्राउन दिया जा रहा है कि उसे कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना पड़ा?
No, not at all. It's not so direct, There's many forms of sexual harassment. Attacking someone on the internet for their body is also sexually harassment. telling someone they need to lose weight or gain weight, or the shape of their body is not correct, or their legs are not long enough, or their torso is too long, is also sexual harassment. There's many different forms of it, and I don't know if she's experienced this with the organization yet, but I really hope she doesn't. I truly hope that she has a very comfortable and safe ring, and she's able to protect herself.
Rachel, you mentioned two things. One, you said you were paid just for the first month. And what was actually there in the contract regarding payment when you signed the contract? And second, you said that you were only allowed to visit one country. Was there something else in the contract about visiting different countries when you signed it?
Of course. So first of all, before you join Miss Grand International, their biggest advertising point is that you will travel the whole world as our ambassador, as our queen. You'll travel over 20 countries, right? And this is the dream that a lot of girls, including myself, go into it with. We want to be ambassadors. We want to work with organizations all over the world, with charities, with children, and actually use our voice for good. But it's been 7 months. I have only been to one country, that is the Czech Republic. And it makes it a question of whether they intended to uphold their end of the contract at all or not, And when it comes to the payment, when you win, you're entitled to a certain amount of prize money. And the prize money in the contract is stipulated that you will receive the whole amount upon completion of your 1 year as their queen. But of course, you have to pay for a lot of things on your own. You're paying for your own food, your own clothes, your own car rides. So many of the time, you're living completely alone. It's not easy. So there is a monthly stipend which is promised. Unfortunately, that stipend was only paid to me for the first month, that is November, while all the top 10 girls were living in Thailand. After that, I did not see a single penny more. I was living in Thailand until the mid of December, and then I was there for another month throughout March. But I had to take care of all my expenses myself. It was really difficult because to explain to my parents that even after winning, I still have to rely on them for something as simple as food. Or if I'm traveling to the Czech Republic, I need to, again ask for more money because I know the organization isn't holding up their end of the bargain and I haven't been paid at all. And of course, it's part of the contract that I should be paid, but it's not really even about the money. It's about being able to sustain yourself. If I'm living there in a house which is an hour away from the city center, I should at least be provided with food so that I don't have to order off of their Grab, which is like their Zomato, every single day, It's not sustainable at all. It's not healthy, and it is frankly extremely expensive after weeks and weeks of doing it. But I never saw that money. Even to this day, I have not been paid, and I've been with them for 7 months. So the question is where to go from here,
Did you not ask them for the payment?
Of course I did, and we were messaging back and forth for months, even when I was in India. I provided them they asked for my bank information. I provided them all my bank account information. They offered me to either pay me in cash or to transfer the amount, whatever was my payment. They made an invoice, but I never received the payment. And I asked for updates multiple times, but they never sent the money. And it stipulates in the contract that I will be paid when I'm in Thailand. But even when I was in Thailand, I was not paid. I wasn't paid for any of the events I attended. I wasn't paid for the countries I visited. I wasn't paid my monthly stipend, nothing at all, just for the first month.
Food and the stay was not on the house?
No, so stay they provide. They gave me a house which is on the outside of the city, 1 hour away. But I requested them, I'm vegetarian, I requested for them to provide me food, at least some fruit, so that I can eat every single day. My mom messaged multiple times because she was worried. It's so far away, it's very difficult to order food, it's difficult to order every single day. There's no pots and pans, I can't cook anything over there. I just said that if you could give me some fruit, that will be enough for me. I will eat only fruit for 1 month, which is already a huge sacrifice. But they couldn't do that. And it is their responsibility that if they have a girl living with them, under contract with them, they need to make sure she has food to eat, at least. This is not a luxury to ask for. And I see a lot of people online, they're pointing out that, you know, my expectations are too high, but I don't think expecting food is too much. I don't think expecting money for me to, you know, meet my basic needs is too much.
So what's next for us?
What's next for me?
I mean, you drop your crown. So like, what do you intend to do?
I would like to say that I like to think that I've always lived a life full of integrity. Before the crown, during the crown, and I will continue to do so after giving up the crown as well. I was never chasing the money behind this, because there is no money, frankly. I was never chasing the fame. I was never chasing the prestige, which is why I was able to let go of this once my safety and my self-respect came into question with the organization. And it wasn't an easy decision, but I can honestly say that I'm proud of myself for standing up here, because a lot of people wouldn't be able to, a lot of people would not have the strength to do this. And I'm grateful for the support I've received from my family, from millions of fans all over the world who've heard my story and who've expressed the same concerns, and women who've been through the same situation with this organization and with other organizations. For me right now, I'm that spokesperson. You know, I didn't ask for this responsibility, but it was placed upon my shoulders, and I will treat it delicately. A lot of women are going to use this to feel more confident to stand up for themselves in the future. And I want them to know they can do that. They can return a crown if they're not being taken care of, if they're not provided safety, and they can still come out of it stronger. What's next for me is that, honestly, I feel free now. I'm no longer trapped with working with people who are trying to exploit and harass and abuse me. And frankly, I can do anything I want. This is just the beginning for me. I'm a hardworking person, and I will always, always find the right place for me in this world. And I have the support of so many fans and my family. So this is just the beginning.
अच्छा मिस ग्रैंड इंटरनेशनल ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਪੋਸਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਰੇਚਲ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਨੇ ਵਿਦਆਊਟ ਪਰਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡ ਡੀਲ ਸਾਈਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਨੇ ਮਿਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਈਨ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਮਿਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਕੋਈ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡ ਡੀਲ?
Absolutely not. I have not done a single brand deal.
ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਲਿਖ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ?
Because they are lying. They lied. They posted that my date of birth is 1995. I was born in 2004. They're lying so that fans start questioning my reputation, and so that they need to give a reason, right? They want to blame me. They want to say that they removed me from the position, when the truth is that I stepped down, that I chose to give the crown up. And they want to blame me by spreading lies about me, because the truth is that I didn't do anything wrong. I fulfilled all my obligations. They did not allow me to work in India under my legal contract with Glamanand, which is an Indian company. I have a contract with them. They did not allow me to work with them. They threatened that they would take away the crown, so I didn't work at all. At most, I did unpaid events, that too only 2 or 3, because I had to do some
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਏ
appearances.
ਸੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਾਊਨ ਪਾ ਕੇ?
Yes, but I posted it as well.
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਰਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਕਰਾਊਨ ਪਾਉਣ ਦੀ?
Absolutely, they posted on their page. Miss Grand International posted those images on their page. I have the messages. They said, please share the photos. We want to post also. They had no problem with it. Only once I gave up the crown, they made up this problem to try and put the blame on me.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਮਿਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਬਣੂਗੀ, ਦੈਨ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅੱਛੀਆਂ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ, ਬਟ ਨਾਓ ਟਿਲ ਡੇਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੀ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਮੈਂਟ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ। ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਮਿਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪੋਸਟ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰੇਚਲ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਦਾ ਬਿਹੇਵੀਅਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਰੇਕ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਐਂਡ ਜਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੋਲ ਰਹੇ, ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਹੀ ਗਈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਰਾਊਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ। ਇਹ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ?
As I've said, this is completely false. I chose to give up the crown because of the way they treated me during my time there.
ਨੇ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਮੇਬੀ 100 ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੀਆਂ।
You can see the difference right here. I stepped down. I made one video to explain why I did so, and they have launched an attack against me online, making comedy videos about me, making lies about me, making false boarding passes, making false, birth dates, making false claims that I did brand deals. You can check my Instagram, there are no brand deals. I was not allowed to work in India, so I did not work. I requested them that, I've won after a lot of difficulty and I need to work in my country. I was trolled online for months because I did not work in India, but they were not allowing me to, so I didn't. They threatened me for the first time. Only 2 months after winning the crown, they started threatening me. If you do this, we'll take away the crown. If you do this, we'll take away the crown. I fulfilled every single obligation towards them. And this is no secret. You can find videos of me online. They had no issue with me up until the moment I decided to give back the crown. Within 24 hours, they came up with all these issues. They said my behavior, my attitude, my this, that, all of it is completely false. There's no evidence whatsoever. Whatever proof they have given is from their own word of mouth, and they cannot substantiate any of their claims.
ਇਹ ਜੋ ਗਲਤ ਬਿਹੇਵੀਅਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਕੌਣ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਮਿਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਬੋਰਡ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਔਰ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਐਲਸ?
Miss Grand International CEO is Mr. Nawat.
No, ਮੇਰਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਬੋਡੀ ਸ਼ੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ.
I'm telling you, it was done by Nawat, it was done by Teresa. Mostly Nawat is the boss of everything. He is the one making these videos of me, these rumors of me online. He is the one who's launched this online campaign against me. He is the one who's posting my family members, lying about them, posting on his story for all his followers to see. He is the one who has come up with this entire narrative, and all of it within 24 hours. There was no build up into this. It was the moment I gave the crown back, they felt attacked. They took it upon themselves to disprove me, and they're coming up with lies now to do that. And this is exactly what they will do to every single girl who tries to speak up against them. Every single girl. The same thing happened with the Queen, who was sexually harassed during a work trip to South Sudan. She told the organizers, she told Nawat and Teresa, they did not believe her. They blamed her for being sexually harassed on a work trip, and they took away her crown. This is an organization who does not believe women, who does not support women, who does not stand with women, and who will never, ever give the basic respect or basic rights that a person needs.
What do you think end ਕੀ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ?
End-
ਸਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ?
End of what?
This title or Rachel Gupta?
I don't understand.
ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਅੰਤ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਆਖਰ
we understand your language in English, but आप थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बात कीजिए. आप हिंदी में पहले थोड़ा हिंदी में बात कीजिए. We understand the English. थोड़ा हिंदी में भी जवाब.
I said at the beginning that with all due respect, I would like to speak in English because there's followers from all over the world watching.
Some question, please, if you kindly speak in Hindi.
I'm saying that there are followers
I
from...
will quit this. Thank you.
Wow, okay.
ਅੱਛਾ ਰੇਚਲ, ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਬਲੇਮ ਲਾਉਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਔਰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਾਊਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ਰ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਾਊਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਲਿਆ, ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੂ ਮੋਟੋ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੂ ਮੋਟੋ ਕਰਾਂਗੀ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਕਰੋ, ਅਸੀਂ ਰੈਡੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਗਾਈਡਲਾਈਨਸ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਾਊਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਲਿਆ.
So how it started was I gave them a list of requests that please, I need to be paid, right? Number one. Number two, I need to feel safe if I'm going on a trip. I wrote all my concerns in an email and I requested them before my trip to Guatemala, please address these concerns so that I can continue my work with you. They responded with legal threats. They said, we're going to go file a case against you in the police station. We don't believe you. We're going to take legal action. I responded again. I responded with a more comprehensive breakdown of all the issues. Please solve my problems so I can continue to work. They refused to cooperate, and at that point, I cannot work with an organization where I'm not safe, right? Which is why I had to step down. I told them, if these conditions are not met, I will not be able to travel with you. I will not be able to work with you. At this point, this is when everything went down, and they did not want to continue to help me in any single way, and I stepped down from the position.
ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਸਾਈਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਲਿਸਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਨੀਡਸ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਡਾਊਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਲਾਈਵ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਏ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਫਾਲੋਅਰਸ ਸੀ, ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਦੈਟ ਐਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਟੂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਕਦਮ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ? ਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਰਾਊਨ ਵਾਪਸ ਦੇਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ, ਜਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਸ ਮੁਕਾਮ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਹਾਂ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਢਾਹ ਲੱਗ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਟੈਪ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਏ?
When I signed the contract, I did not know they would not fulfill these promises. I signed the contract within a few days of being crowned. At that point, I was very hopeful, I was optimistic. I was 100% sure that this organization will support me and will hold up their end of the deal. There was no way I could imagine the kind of treatment they would put me through. It's only after being with them for many months that I saw the way they treated me. I was at my lowest of low points. I was all alone. I had no basic amenities. I was living by myself there. I was constantly being harassed with their comments. And I was trying to be strong. I was trying to continue my duties as Miss Grand International because it's the first crown for India. Everyone is so excited, and if I can smile at the event, nobody knows the pain behind the smile, right? So I wanted to be strong and I wanted to be brave for all of my followers and supporters. It's only now that I've seen that it's just getting worse and worse, which is why I requested them to make the changes, and they did not agree. They didn't help me in any way possible, which is why I'm standing up now. I can easily complete 4 or 5 more months of my reign, right? But I chose not to because it is unsafe, because it is breaking my rights, it's breaking their end of the contract, and because this is not what any woman deserves to go through. I could not speak against them while I was still under contract with them, of course, but now that there is no contract, I'm able to be honest and to tell the whole world the truth of what I went through.
ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਮਿਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੋਟਸ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਲੋਕ ਵੋਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਖਰੀਦੋ ਫਰੋਖਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਖਰੀਦੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ?
Yes.
ਤੇ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈਗੀ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਵੋਟਾਂ ਇਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਈਆਂ ਸੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਰੀਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਵੋਟਾਂ?
So I could not afford to buy the votes because people pay tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars for votes. And I had no idea.
कौन खरीदता है? ਹੁਣ ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਰੇਚਲ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਰੇਚਲ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਮਿਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਬਣਨਾ ਹੈ,
The national organizations.
ਕਿਹਦਾ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ਰ?
The national organizations buy votes, and it's not a secret. Apparently they're very open about it. I was not aware. And it's not just votes, they can also provide donations. So a country which gives a donation has a better chance of getting a placement in top 10. I had no knowledge of this going into the competition because I don't have the resources. My national organization didn't have the resources to spend this amount of money on votes. And the only reason I won is because of the public support for me. Every single fan for MGI was supporting India. Every single fan saw my performance over 1 month and they were supporting India, and that's the only reason India won. And that's why as well you can see a lot of countries lost their licenses after Miss Grand International. So many countries gave up their national licenses because they cannot buy the votes, and it's a greedy organization. They only care about money. The fact that I won is unbelievable to me, that these greedy people actually were able to see merit for once.
Guys, if anybody has any other questions? Just a second.
Rachel, आप इस समय खड़े हुए हैं, अपने लिए एक आवाज उठा रहे हैं, but at the same time you know कि एक legal authorities या legal action भी ले रहे हैं आप. At the same time verbally जो भी आप बोल रहे हैं या press conference के थ्रू बोल रहे हैं, legal outcome के लिए are you ready? Do you have legal proofs जो आपको बाद में सबको सामने दिखाने पड़ेंगे कि how they treated you? What were the place where they kept you for so long? Or letters or something, documentations?
Of course, I have all the messages between me and the organizers over months where I'm requesting them that I don't have anything to eat, or that, you know, I haven't been paid, or why are there no travel plans for me, etc., etc., or that I'm not being allowed to work in my own country. I have all these screenshots, but the only difference between me and them is that I'm not on social media posting these screenshots to defame them. I chose to speak up because I don't want women to have the same experience I did. I don't want women, even after winning or before winning, to find themselves in the same position as me. That's the only reason I'm speaking up. I'm not here to play this dirty game that they're playing of defaming each other and putting each other down. They can make up as much evidence as they want.
But for the legal fight, are you ready if they put extra charges on you? And do you have those proofs to showcase in the legal format?
Of course I do. I've been working with them for months, and I have all the screenshots. I just don't want to. I want to use my voice where it matters, which is speaking about the women who are going to work here, and not about, you know, he said, she said. That's not the game I want to play right now. And I want to use this time to be able to speak for the women in the future who are going to find themselves in the same position. The pageant is not going to stop just because I spoke today. There's a new queen, there'll be a new queen next year, queens will come and go. And they're all going to find themselves subjected to this behavior, which is why I want to be clear in my public outcry and my public statement that this is the way this organization treats people. If things proceed legally, we are more than ready for that, honestly. They've already threatened legal action multiple times, but I don't think that's a route they want to take because it's going to backfire on them. They are not going to pursue it legally because, frankly, the way they've treated me publicly in the last 3 days for the whole world to see is more than enough to get their organization banned.
And what kind of support you're getting from the Bollywood industry? You have been there in the Mumbai city as well. You have worked at many pageants before that also. So what kind of support you're getting from the Bollywood industry?
Honestly, I never expected this level of the support that I'm receiving now, not just from Bollywood, but from all over the world. From people who've been in the entertainment industry for years.
Specifically, I'm asking about the Bollywood industry, like Harkat Sandhu was there. She was also part of a pageant and she won. Any special kind of support or the things they have been sharing with you lately?
There are many people in Bollywood who have posted support for me. People who've won Miss India in the past or have worked with organizations in India. I can't say that there's been an overwhelming amount of support specifically from Bollywood because it's a different industry, you know. Pageantry is not the same as the movie business. But nevertheless, I've received tens of thousands of comments of support, DMs, women's stories, and I could not be more grateful and I could not be more sure of my decision to stand up for myself.
Okay, first of all, it's very sad to see that this all is happening to you. As you just mentioned that they are not going to take any legal charge because it is going to backfire on them, right? So can we expect a legal charge from your end? Because I think that might put a stop. Like we are just talking, but actions speak louder than words. So can we expect any legal action from your side? Because as you told that you have all the proofs and everything. So can we expect some sort of action from your end?
So step one from my end was to speak the truth, to tell the world, to bring awareness and shed light on this kind of behavior in the organization. And for this step two of legal action, honestly, they truly deserve for their organization to be shut down because this is not an organization that champions women, respects women, or encourages empowerment in any way. I was, not even allowed to work with charities that I wanted to work with. As for legal action, I don't know where this is going to go. I'm taking it one day at a time. I don't know in the future if it'll be possible with the differences in legal systems between our countries, India and Thailand. But I definitely am keeping my mind open to that because I don't want them to treat another woman like this ever again.
Thank you. But we want you to take legal action so that we can put end to this, so that in future no further girl can have to face or any